Oh, hi! Welcome to the Mini, my home on wheels. I'm Claudia. Thank you for stopping by. As many of you know, I spent a few months traveling by myself, and I never experienced any scary situation, and no one ever approached me with a bad intention or that I sensed they had a bad intention. I never felt unsafe. I really didn't. At the beginning, of course, I would be parked on a street for the night and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm on the street. But that's the feeling that you have from the inside because you know you're on a street. But if somebody sees a van or an RV parked on the street, they don't necessarily think there's someone inside or they're sleeping on the street. I had some fears that were my own fears, not the environment, not someone. It was fears that I placed in my mind. But I quickly overcame them because it is not fun to be traveling and be fearful all the time. It isn't fun. So I shook it off my head and I just learned to protect myself, have my tools, have my tips, know how to use my tools. That's very important. But once I equipped myself with my tools and safety tips, I needed to shake off the fear because, again, I wanted to have fun. I wanted to feel free and enjoy the things that I was doing. Today, I want to talk to you about some safety tips and tools that you can use while traveling solo or with company. They're handy either way. The best tip that I have for you is one that I don't see very often in the internet, and I wish I would remember or I could remember where I got it from because it's superb, and that is passing the seatbelt through the handle of the door. And this works, of course, for the driver door or the passenger door. So you pass the seatbelt through the handle of the door and buckle. That way, if you see a stinker lurking around, or if somebody attempts to open the door and be sneaky that way, they may be able to open the door because there's some tools that will pop the unlock. But even if they did, they would not be able to open the door because the seatbelt is buckled through the door. Genius, isn't it? I think it was. It really gave me a lot of peace of mind when I was going to bed. And another tip that goes along with that, even if you think that it's a little bit annoying having to do it every day, do it. Don't let your guard down. One very important tip is don't ever let your guard down because that is when something may happen. You know, when you're not looking or when you're not securing. How many times have we heard, oh my gosh, this person was always doing this and that, but the one day they didn't do it, and guess what? That is the one day that something bad happened. So don't be that person. Do the work. If you want to go and adventure on your own, please do. It's the most beautiful, rewarding experience that you're going to have. Not having to worry about anyone but yourself. But with that, worry about yourself. Do the things that you're learning. Do the tips every day. Many people suggest to leave your ignition keys always in the same place or nearby or handy. I say just leave them in the ignition. To me, if something was going to happen, I would just get up and go and not have to think of where my keys are, where did I leave them. And I know this may go without saying, but another tip, always have your phone charged. Always. Even if you have, let's say, 50% of battery, leave it charged all of the time, 100% charged. Don't draw attention to yourself with expensive items, be it jewelry or your gear. Don't flash it. When I travel, I don't wear my jewelry, or if I wear any, it's inexpensive things that won't draw any attention, or I don't mind too much to lose them. Also with my gear, if I have my camera, I make sure that it is in a safe place. Otherwise, I use a less expensive camera if there is a shot that I want to take. So don't flash it. I guess I could have started with this. Use common sense. It's as simple as that. Check your surroundings. Walk with the plan. Walk aware of your surroundings. Check out where you are. What type of people are around you. So use common sense all of the time. If you are in an emergency situation and someone is trying to hurt you, instead of yelling help, yell fire. Because a lot of people, unfortunately, don't want to get involved. But if there is a fire, that is a more of a community hazard. More people are going to be interested in knowing where the fire is. So instead of yelling help, help, just yell fire, fire, and you get more reaction than screaming help. If you're traveling in your rig, whenever you're leaving a location, always get gas, water, and propane. Even if you don't need to get gas and you may have even 3/4 of a tank, still get gas. You never know what is going to happen next when you are in your adventure. Very indispensable items that you may need, that you do need. Again, if you have a breakdown or you're stranded in the middle of nowhere, at least you're going to have water, propane, and gas. So yeah, make sure that before you take off, you fill up all of your tanks, even if they don't seem to need it. Share your location. I know, nowadays, almost unnecessary to say, but I don't know who's watching. Maybe it's somebody who's just getting into technology and they don't know they can share the location. You can share your location. Your phone comes already with an app to share your location or to find your phone or whatever other items you have linked to your phone. But yeah, share your location and pick 1 or 2 members of your family or friends or both and share your location with them all of the time. Have money, but don't have all your money in your wallet or your purse. Have money hidden somewhere and just have enough for the day in your wallet, because if your wallet gets stolen, it's not going to be stolen with all of your money. And also, it isn't smart to have all of it with you. Have hidden money and just have enough in your wallet. Have copies of your keys, and of course hide them somewhere where only you can find them. Have copies of your IDs and have copies of your credit cards. When you are walking in a new town, a new country, a new place, walk with confidence, project confidence. Don't look lost. And even if you're lost, get into a shop, a coffee shop, a little shop, whatever, and sit down and find the information that you need to find. But don't do it in the middle of the street, because somebody is watching you. And that somebody may also want to follow you. So do not look lost and project confidence. Don't start looking around or looking on your phone. Just get into a safe place and do the looking in that place where other people are not necessarily watching you. So do that. If you are in your rig, make sure that all of your windows are covered at all times. Again, it's one of those things that you want to do all of the time. Even when I park my rig, I put the shades on the driver's seat window, the passenger seat window, and the windshield. I cover all, because that way they cannot sneak in and look into the rest of my living quarters. Close also the rest of your windows and make sure they're locked. One time I locked myself out and I got in through one window that I had left open. That's a big no. It helped me on that occasion, but from now on I make sure that all my windows are locked. No access to them. And I also draw the drapes close all of the time. I don't expose any of the things that I have here or that I am alone inside. I don't do any of that. I'm very protective. If you're traveling your rig, make sure that you park as if you needed to leave in an emergency. So make sure that you point towards an exit and that you don't have to back up. So keep that in mind when parking for the night, that you are parked ready to go. If you're carrying a backpack or a purse, make sure that you carry your backpack in front of you. So instead of putting it in the back, turn it around and put it in front of you. Also, if you have a purse, make sure that you don't hang it like over the shoulder, but you cross it over your body and you have the purse in front of you. Always make sure of that. So all the important things, you have a visual to them. Now, on to the tools. Always carry some type of defense mechanism with you. A lot of people recommend pepper spray, and yes, you should have a pepper spray with you, but the one that I prefer is this one, because if you're walking, you can just have it here in your hand and you don't even notice. You don't have to be grabbing something or getting into your pocket trying to find your pepper spray. If you always have it handy, then all that you have to do is unlock it and shoot the shoot that person that is trying to hurt you. So yeah, you can run with this, you can, box with this, anything. This is the one that I will recommend with the carrying little case. And of course, if you are in your rig, have your pepper spray and make sure that it's nearby, or it's by the door or by the place that you think you're going to use it. Because again, we may have all this security around ourselves, but in a moment of stress, we don't tend to think clearly. So you have to make sure that you know where you place your things and they are accessible for a moment of emergency. I like to have mine near the door because I have other items near my bed. I like to have in different places, different tools. I recently got myself this little tool, a stun gun. It's the Viper Tech. I haven't tried on anyone yet. I haven't had to, but I'm excited to have the opportunity to do so. When I'm in my rig, I have it very close to me. And what is this? You think it's a pen? You're right, it is a pen. But also, if you turn it around, it's a tool. And with this tool, you can break a window. This is the Atomic Bear Prepare to Survive pen. It's a double-sided pen, and one has the tip where you can break a window with, and the other tip is a pen. I keep this near me when I'm driving. I also keep it in my purse. It is a tool not just to break glass, but you can actually defend yourself with this. I can cause a lot of harm with this. One thing that I was sure about during my trip is somebody may be able to get to me and they also can harm me, but I would grab a lot of DNA with me. I'm not gonna go down easily. Oh, I know I have shown you this before in my video of gift ideas for dad. So I got myself this little radio and I love it. This radio you can charge with solar, with USB. You can use AA batteries. You can also crank it to charge it. It's never out of juice. It has a flashlight, and also it has this. This is always with me. I carry it with me in my backpack, and I have it in my rig. Look at the solar panel. It's so light. I just discovered that. It's an alarm, it's a radio, it's a flashlight. And I just love the sound of radio. It's like old school, and I love everything old school, including myself. There are other things that you can do to protect you if you're traveling in your rig. One is to put alarms around the rig, outside and inside. That is an upgrade that I may do later when I know for sure what I want to do to the RV, what changes I want to make. But I know that one of them is to install a security system. So that's another safety tip that you can add to your rig if you're traveling in your rig, obviously. I also want to upgrade my door. The RV keys work not just in your RV, but many other RVs. Your key also works in other RVs. So I will be upgrading my door. I don't know what kind of door I'm gonna replace mine with, or if I'm just gonna outfit my existing door. I wanna add the padlock that it has a combination, so you don't need to use a key, you just use a combination. I may do that, but I'm sure going to change the lock system on my doors. Another tool, like let's say that you are in the wilderness and you don't have cell reception. There are a couple of items that I want to get. I don't have yet, but I want to get at least one of them. There is a Spot 3 satellite GPS and messenger, and the other one is the Garmin Enrich Explorer and satellite communication. I'm gonna do a little research, but I'm gonna get one of them because I love to boondock and I would like to explore more of the wilderness, and I want to feel safe that I can reach people to let them know that I'm okay or that I'm not okay. Either way. What else do I have to show you? Oh yes, I know. It's a topic with a lot of controversy. Do I carry a gun? Do I not carry a gun? I know that the laws differ depending on the state that you are. However, my life does not change from state to state. And I promise you that in a situation where my life is at risk, I am going to use a gun. I may go to jail after, I don't know, but I am willing to take the risk. And I guess that's a very personal decision, and there is a lot of responsibility that goes with that. I am aware of that. But the way I see it, my life is so important that I'm willing to take certain risks. I also want to share something very funny. I find it funny. It isn't something good. It's just funny. But anyway, when I came back, I went back to some of my routines, like going to the gym. And I go to the gym, I'm working out, and I start receiving text messages from my bank, like fraud alert. And like, did you purchase? Did you charge this? And I'm like, oh, that's weird. No. And I kept doing my workout, and I felt like, well, I'm going to take care of that after the gym. Between my car and myself, there is the storefront, the glass panels, and my car is on the parking lot on the other side. This is the gym I go to my right, obviously. And that's the parking in front of it. And I'm leaving the gym and walking to my car, and I cannot believe it. I could not believe somebody had broken into my car by breaking my window, perhaps with one of these tools. And this is what I find. My car has been broken in, and they took my purse. And then I come out after my workout, and this is what I find. So, waiting on the police now. It was in the middle of the day in a busy shopping center, and I had tinted windows, so I know almost for sure that somebody was watching me because I have a little hook, metal hook, on the driver chair where I hook my purse. And I put jackets over my purse, and I have tinted windows. So somebody was watching me and knew that's what I do, because they broke the window, took my purse, and ran away. This makes me feel like some nasty hands were in here. I hope they get this criminal. But can you believe this? Nothing happened to me while I was traveling for months by myself through 6 different states. And I never experienced any of this. Not even close. And here at home, it happens to me in the middle of the day. This is what I'm laughing because, I don't know, I just find it laughable. So anyway, now a tip for myself is to always check my surroundings and be extra cautious of who is watching me. But anyway, I wanna wish you happy travels. Shake off your fear and implement yourself with tips and tools, and be thoughtful and don't let your guard down. If you're gonna forget everything I said and everything I show you, don't forget this one thing: don't let your guard down. Seriously. Anyway, happy travels, and don't let fear keep you from enjoying your life. Just use common sense. Thank you for watching. Please come back for the next video. And if you like any of these tips, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. It will really help me and motivate me to continue to share with you my experiences. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Ciao.